Welcome to the Reed Report. Thank you guys for taking this time to hear me out here on the Reed Report. Today, that was something that really bothered me while browsing social media. Something that I just could not shake, coming from journalism, being a writer, majoring in journalism, and being a writer myself, and also reporting on similar topics, delivering similar openings to stories that I've written. I just could not believe that this happened to Kevin Brown. There's a report, and there's a couple videos I'm going to show as well. Kevin Brown, who is the play-by-play guy for the Baltimore Orioles, who's having a great season, a team who honestly, I want to say, you know what, I can't hold this against the players because this wasn't their decision, but it's hard not to say, okay, I no longer want you to succeed now, because the O's they've been having a great season. The Tampa Bay Rays, who is also involved in this story, they were leading pretty much the entire baseball until like a few weeks ago, when Baltimore really caught fire. Now Tampa is in second place. You remember Tampa had like that, what's it, like 13-0, 14-0 start. They had a fantastic start to the season where they won like their first 13 games, but Baltimore was right there lurking, and Baltimore has caught them, and the two are playing a series. Let's see, they are playing a series. I don't think they're playing or they played a series. I didn't really follow that, but I think they already played the series. But anyway, so I'm gonna give y'all the rundown, probably read some of this article and play these videos, also play what Kevin Brown said. But there's a video right here I haven't seen from with Peter Rosenberg, but I'm gonna play that video as well. But let's just first get into what Kevin Brown said, and then read some of the story, even though, well, it's a really short story. So yeah, we'll play the video, we'll get into what he said, and then go from there. I'm gonna share my experience with my issue with this, with a different experience. So one moment. Okay, all right, so let's play what Kevin Brown, play-by-play of the Baltimore Orioles, had to say.
The Orioles have a chance to do something special today for the Orioles. Brandon Hyde has felt like this has been maybe the toughest ballpark to play in, but the Orioles have a chance to do something special today. They've already clinched at least a split in the series, winning 2 of the first 3, and they can pick up a series win behind Tyler Wells today. It's been a minute. The Orioles split a 2-gamer with the Rays in June. They had lost their last 15 series here at Tropicana Field. You have to go back to when our now colleague Brett Brock picked up the win in the series finale June 25th, 2017, the last time the Orioles won a series here at St. Pete. They already got 3-2 at the Trop this year after winning 3 of 18 the previous 3 years combined. It is a stark difference, man, and it is not a bad Rays team. It's not like all of a sudden the Rays became slouches in the American League East. They've led this division every day, but now 2, and the Orioles once again are back alone in first place.
Yeah, so you heard what he had to say, and please comment if he said something that was worth him being suspended over. You heard what he had to say. He talked about the team's struggle at Tropicana Field and St. Petersburg against the Tampa Bay Rays in previous years. He's doing his job. He's not dissing. It's not like Baltimore is a bad team and he's dissing the O's for how bad, for being a bad team and their struggles. He's saying, hey, this is an even playing field now. Both teams are good. The O's and Tampa have never really been, good at the same time. These are 2 of the best teams in the American League. And it is accurate to point out that the O's has had flaws in Tampa Bay, against Tampa Bay at their stadium. So it says O's play-by-play broadcaster Kevin Brown reportedly was removed from MASN broadcast after he made a reference to Baltimore's lack of success against the Tampa Bay Rays at Tropicana Field in previous years. Before a game against the Rays on July 23rd, Brown noted that the Orioles had won as many games at Tropicana Field in 2023 as they had in the past 3 years combined, bigging them up. Hey, they've had success recently this year. They've had success this year because the O's are a good team. It says a graphic showing the Orioles' struggles there accompanied Brown's commentary. Journalism. Reporting the facts. Orioles ownership took issue with the comment, according to reports by Awful Announcing and The Athletic, and Brown has not appeared on a MASN television broadcast since. MASN is jointly owned by the Orioles and Washington Nationals. The Orioles dispute that Brown was suspended, adding to Awful Announcing through a senior official that we don't comment on personal matters and we look forward to hearing Kevin's voice soon. This is just terrible right here. This is terrible. The Orioles reported removal of Brown drew criticism from a number of broadcasters across MLB on Monday, and I saw one from Gary Cohen. I think he's the Mets broadcaster. He did it. He laid it on the organization of the Baltimore Orioles in the most professional way. He really laid it on them because it's just an embarrassing look. It's a really embarrassing look. And again, I'm about to get to myself in this, not having anything to do with this situation directly, but just my own experience. It says Brown has worked for the Orioles as a TV and radio commentator since 2019. He also serves as a play-by-play commentator on several college sports across ESPN platforms. I thought I recognized Kevin Brown's voice. The Orioles, owned by Peter Angelos, had been among the worst teams in baseball from 2018 to 2021, but they've turned it around this season and are in first place in the American League East. This is just embarrassing. I'm speechless on this because I'm a stats guy. Let me play this video and then I'll explain to y'all. Let me play this video. I just want to hear what they have to say on this one. I haven't seen this one yet.
Well, I'm going to choose to believe it's true. They should be ashamed of themselves because not only was what Kevin said in the Oriole notes that night, but it was on a graphic, which means that it was planned. So if you're going to be so thin-skinned to suspend Kevin Brown, then you have to suspend the entire Oriole truck, the producer, director, graphics. You have to suspend all of them because they're all complicit in this. And if John Angelos didn't like that he's thin-skinned, he's unreasonable, and he should actually get a call from Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, because it's unconscionable that you would actually suspend a really good broadcaster for no reason whatsoever. He didn't do anything wrong. And you know that music that starts playing in the cut that you played, Peter? That means a graphic has come up. So the graphic had already been printed out, and you said this earlier. This is not how it works. Kevin Brown doesn't say it, and somebody who's running graphics in the truck could put together a graphic in 2 seconds. That's put together an hour before that happens. And you're going to suspend this guy for saying that, which wasn't even negative. Again, then everybody in the Oriole PR department has to be suspended. It was in their notes. That very thing was in their notes. This makes the Orioles look so small and insignificant and minor league. And of course they don't comment on personnel matters. And they didn't say they fired the guy, they suspended him. But can you imagine how that guy must feel? He has to keep his mouth shut. He can't criticize the Orioles because they don't get fired. So of course we look forward to Kevin coming back. But you embarrassed the guy for no reason. And most importantly, you embarrassed yourself. What you did is disgraceful to the business. Disgraceful. fans of teams should be lucky when their announcers are allowed to be critical. And that wasn't even critical, Peter. I believe that was complimentary of the Orioles.
It was very complimentary of the Orioles. Very complimentary. Wasn't critical at all. Absolutely no reason to suspend Kevin Brown. And I'm not saying it like I know Kevin Brown. I'm just speaking from a journalist perspective. There was no reason to suspend this man. It was embarrassing that they... Okay, so when I used to write for a school newspaper, and I was a sports editor, I would cover a variety of sports: football, basketball, baseball, soccer, swimming, wrestling, a bunch of sports, water polo. But I've always, like, football was always my main thing, baseball, of course, and basketball. But whenever I would cover, let's just take baseball for an example. When I would cover a game, go to a game and cover, I would always do my research on, because I've always been interested, and I'm sure my readers were always interested to know, like, the past history of these teams. When was the last time UCLA, I didn't write for UCLA or anything like that. When was the last time UCLA beat USC? Those are stats, even from a perspective of watching the sport. Whenever I hear the broadcasters throw out those stats, I would always research the last time a team beat a certain team, like looking at the recent games they played over the season or over the years. Okay, BC, like I went, BC has lost, and I went to Bakersfield College. Bakersfield College has lost 10 of their last 13 games against Mount Sac. You know what I'm saying? I would say something of those lines. The last time they beat Mount Sac was this many years ago. Because those are interesting facts. That's not me crapping on the school I attend. It's me reporting what the readers want to hear. Like, hey, they just ended. They're currently on a 10-game losing streak against this college. Those are facts that I'm going to put in the story. And they just beat them. People are going to want to hear that. Them embarrassing this dude, suspended him, and saying we're looking forward to hearing him again, like the guy just said. Yeah, they can't. They're not going to fire him. They're not going to fire him, but he can't speak out against this because he would get fired. So yeah, they just rub it in like, oh yeah, we look forward to hearing from him again, hearing his voice again, because he's just suspended. And like you said, it makes the owner look so small. Because Kevin Brown did something that I would, like, no one in their right mind saw that and thought, oh my goodness, he is an announcer for the Orioles. He should be suspended for reporting on this. Baltimore has not been a very good team. And when a team isn't very good and then all of a sudden they get good, you're going to research, because they've owned the Rays this season. They've been right there with them neck and neck. So you're going to research, okay, when's the last time, what type of losing streak has Baltimore been on against the Rays in the past 3 or 4, however many years? When's the last time the O's won a season series against the Rays? When's the last time they won in Tropicana Field, taking a series in this stadium? These are the things you're going to look up. And these are the things I constantly reported on. Throughout any sport, I would want to know, when's the last time? When's the last time? Oh, this is interesting. So they haven't beaten them dating back to 1999. I was still a kid then. And they've beaten them for the first time since 1999. Those are the type of things that jumps out to your audience. That gets Baltimore fans hyped. Like, man, we've really been on a tear this year. We haven't done this in a while. I'm gonna stop there. But yeah, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Peace.